Awesome sky replacement inside After Effects. Going to go up to the roto brush tool up here, double click our clip, and it's going to open it in a second window here. Make sure we're on full resolution. I'm going to paint with the roto brush and it's going to give us this purple line. I'm going to hold Option to reduce any strokes, and we want the purple line going around our subject. If we want to change our brush size, we go to Window, Brushes, and then we can change the diameter of the brush here. When we reach the more difficult to trace areas, we can go to the Refine Edge tool by clicking and holding here. And then if we just draw around the line, around the hair, and also the hands as well, the fingers can be a bit of a pain. When we're happy with our selection, we just click this freeze button, and then After Effects starts to render the line. We can then cross-reference it with the main composition, increase the feather to about 12, reduce the contrast to about 70, and then we Command D and duplicate it, delete the roto brush effect. So now we've got the whole clip again. And then on this underneath layer, go to the roto brush tool, double click and open it again. And this time we're going to do the cliffs. And then again, just draw with the roto brush. Now we've got the subject rotoscoped and the cliffs. So I'm going to import the sky image, scale that up. On the bottom cliff, we go to Window, Tracker, go to Track Motion, go to Frame 1, find a high point of contrast on the cliffs, and Analyze Forward. Right click, New, Null, Edit Target, Null 1, OK, Apply, X and Y. Go back to the main comp, parent whip the sky to the null. Now the sky is tracked to the landscape, which is nice. I want the foreground to match the background a bit better, so we're going to go to Hue and Saturation, apply that to the cliffs, and then twist the hue till it's a bit more orangey and increase the saturation a tiny bit. And then just copy and paste that on the woman as well, our subject. Going to go to the rectangle tool up here, double click. So we've got a new rectangle, pre-compose. I'm going to call it shadow. Change the blending mode to multiply. I'm going to turn it down a bit on the opacity so I can see what I'm doing. And then I'm just going to draw a very rough mask where I want the shadows to be. Invert the mask. Feather it out and then turn down the opacity a bit. Right click, new adjustment layer, add a curves, raise those mids, pull those shadows down so the image starts to glue together. Add a glow, increase the threshold, increase the radius, turn down the intensity, about 0.8, and then you'll see it's creeping in and bleeding along the image. So to fix that, we can just mask the sky layer. So now we don't get these bleeding artifacts from the glow. I'm going to go to the roto layer of the subject. I'm going to duplicate her, add a fill, change it to black. Change the blending mode to overlay, and then I can just play with the opacity. If she's too lit from behind, it looks weird. And then I'm going to add a glow to the one beneath, like the original one. Change it to alpha channel, turn down the radius, turn down the intensity to about 0.4. And I'm just trying to catch a bit of an edge light on her. And then finally, to glue it all together, I'm going to do one final adjustment layer, do a turbulence displace, turn the amount down to about 12 and the size to about 20, and keyframe the evolution to time asterisk 100, and it just adds a bit of atmosphere over the top and helps glue all the layers together. And then just as a finishing touch, we'll add a Gaussian blur on the bottom sky layer, 4.5, and voila, there we have it.